Kia ora from Aotearoa. It's Poppy here with the current 9th wave sacred Mayan energies. And today we would be coming into the energy of Two Dog, which is the second day of this highly sensitive water trecena of purification. And this is about naturally living ways of ethical justice in a world that has been caught in injustice and unnaturally imposed and enforced legal structures. As a survivor of satanic ritual abuse, I have received the brunt of the injustice of these unnaturally imposed and enforced legal structures. However, through my connection with natural law and pure justice, and wanting and choosing to do what I find ethical and just, I know that there's a much greater picture to all of that, and that every single being, there are consequences for our choices, there are consequences for our ways, even if we are killed in action. This makes it worth the effort of evolving the being who is pure. It's the choices that we make. Do we live for natural justice, being part of the movement that brings the way of earth and nature back to the forefront, where all beings may become happy and free as we break out of the systems which are collapsing, that have controlled, injured, harmed, and continue to be selective in who is controlled, injured, and harmed in this great injustice which has been called forth from all kinds of secret societies with all kinds of connections to otherworldly things. This is part of humanity breaking free of the captivity which has been largely played out through mind control. So govern means to control, means mind. And these are the roles of government. And I watch as the systems crumble, and I watch the different governments from the world put their spin on topics like satanic ritual abuse in ways that still protect an agenda which is still mind control. From our being, from our coming to know who we really are, beyond all of this control, beyond the murdering, beyond the killing, beyond the harming, it is worth living for pure justice, even if the body was to be killed. And being a survivor of satanic ritual abuse, as a child, I have witnessed murders. There is no place in the government, in society, for any justice to be done, because they defend their own actions, which is becoming more and more obvious. There is no love within government or compassion. There is only legalities and enforcement that I am aware of. I find that the treatment of me bringing my experience into their domain has been nothing but harmful and abusive for my very life. I'm incredibly grateful for the people who follow natural law and live natural law and know what unconditional love is, or cosmic love, that I have had the opportunity to set my being free from what was holding me, that was almost impossible to deal with on my own. These are the most horrific crimes, the most horrific abuse. This is what underlies the injustice and unnaturally imposed and enforced legal structures on this planet overall. Of course, there is also going to be all kinds of legislation that are going to look like equality. There's all kinds of things that have been there to entice people to stay within it and to trust that governance, being governed, not being sovereign, not being that to be owned and controlled, is actually the safest thing for a human being. It's incredible to see the amount of people that just go with really harmful government directives, that things like that have come out recently within the medical system over the last 5 years, to see people trust in that, to go in that. Only now are people realizing, starting to see, and only now is it starting to even be coming through different governments, the harm that was involved. In natural law, everything is about living, it's about flourishing, it's about thriving, and it's about life force. And it's about the great cycles of life. It's a natural way of being. And this is where humanity may come back to, and it happens through the rising of our consciousness as we connect in with the cosmic love that is connected to our being and the higher dimensions which we rise up to within ourselves. Yeah, so this is a little bit my message for today. I know it holds a bit of gravity. And I thank you all, to all of you who have not been afraid to face the darkness of this world and to put light upon it, and for it to be cleared and cleaned out through so many people as it is now. And I'm aware of this happening through all kinds of people that have the ability to see into the unseen realms where so much of this comes from. So thank you very much, and so much love to you. May natural justice be done.